Sword Art Online has had some pretty interesting openings that have sparked into many conversations and debates online. Many polls online have praised openings like Ignite and Crossing Fields for being some of the best of their year. While be it few, there have been plenty of people who have criticized many of SAO's openings and have stated that they are overhyped and drawn out. While I do agree that Ignite and maybe Crossing Fields are a bit overhyped, this new Alicization opening has found its way, in my opinion, to be the best Sword Art Online OP. While I have read 3 light novels of Alicization, and seeing a lot of what's coming really did hype me up when I first watched it, but putting aside my hype, I started to really love this OP more and more. There were scenes that really tie in elements from past seasons and bring back characters that really need more information and backstory. This OP's pacing with visuals and music really are the best in the series, so I decided to break it down. I feel like this opening has a lot of information that I can form a very interesting video around it. So, with that in mind, I will be referencing some spoilers related for the first 3 light novels, although I will try to keep it a little on the down low for as much as I can. But in the future, if anyone wanted to come back to this video, I will make sure that it is still relevant and you can still watch the video in a way, so it's not completely irrelevant, you know? So, hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and please stick around while I talk about how amazing this opening is. So this opening starts off by introducing the story arc Alicization Beginning, which is a reference to the light novel these first few episodes are based off of. But, while looking more closely at the frame, those are not just some normal swords for some cool effect. They're actually Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh's swords that they wield in this arc. Kirito's nameless black sword was made from a branch of the Giga Cedar, and Yu-Gi-Oh's beautiful blue rose sword that he found in the End Mountains. Also, we're shown 2 images of Alice for only a couple of seconds, one where she is 11 years old, and when she's 17. Moving forward, we're given a scene taken straight from the visual itself in the light novel, with Kirito, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Alice running across a field carrying leaves that Alice used to provide light with her sacred arts. Even from viewing this for the first time, I seriously got some Harry, Ron, and Hermione vibes from this trio. Maybe that's just me. Just wanted to throw that in somewhere. We're then given our first look at the origin of the Underworld with the original 4 Wrathworkers who were tasked with starting the Underworld civilization. We're also shown with each frame the passage of time that the Underworld is going through. While in the real world it really is only a couple of days, that small village expands into a bigger community and then progresses into the capital, where we get our first viewing of the Axiom Church that enforces the Taboo Index. Alongside the church, we also see the 4 kingdoms that have been divided into separate territories to limit their expansion. Once we are shown what the world looks like, we're taken back to Kirito, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Alice, where we transition to a determined Yu-Gi-Oh who appears to be running towards something, only to fall to the ground. And next, we're shown the System Alert trying to take control of Yu-Gi-Oh through his eye, symbolizing the shift in Yu-Gi-Oh's change of heart from going to an obedient Flucklight to true artificial intelligence. This inner conflict in Yu-Gi-Oh plays a big part in this arc, and really the story in general. Moving on, we're shown the creator of the Taboo Index, the Axiom Church, which is controlling Yu-Gi-Oh and all of the other artificial Flucklights from not breaking their rules. Once we get a full view of the church, we are then shifted into a room with a screen projecting the church and the entire world that Wrath created, possibly meaning that nothing that happens in the Underworld gets unwatched. We are then introduced to a new character and an old friend, Agent Cesaro, who has previously helped Kirito in the GGO incident and had put him in the Soul Translator for healing his brain damage. This new face, Higa Takaro, is one of the main staff at Wrath and plays a big role in the development and operations of the Soul Translator. From what I've read so far in the Alicization light novels, Klein, Sugu, Silica, Liz, and Sinon don't really play that big of a role, but they're shown on screen anyway. While it would be interesting to see them do their own thing, possibly investigating GGO's mysterious squadron who hasn't lost or been beaten to anyone yet, Maybe they have something to do with Laughing Coffin, but that's just a prediction. We then go on to see the Ocean Turtle where Wrath's main headquarters is. This is also where mostly all the Japanese forces and Wrath's employees are working on the Project Alicization. Don't worry, I'm not going to go too much into what that is. Then we see Asuna on the Ocean Turtle dramatically taking off her sunglasses. I am glad that she isn't just sitting on the sidelines and she's actively involved in this story. So don't worry for fans who are just watching it now, she's definitely going to be a big part later on. Following that, we are shown a member of Laughing Coffin becoming a ghoul from the looks of his eye. I had to put that joke in somewhere. In the background of this scene, there are some Laughing Coffin logos and symbols on the wall. After that, we see a woman who was shown in episode 2 laying in bed. Now we see her rising up and looking directly into our souls, or Fluctlights. This woman goes by a few names, but her title, the Administrator, has absolute control of the church and the taboo. If you ask me, I'm calling it that she's going full Monica on us. You're confused now, but just wait until I'm right. I'm calling it. I swear I'll be right. Moving on, we're shown a box with some numbers on it. Now, I don't exactly know what these numbers represent, but another YouTuber by the name of GamerTurk made a similar video to what I wanted to make. Great video, by the way, dude, really enjoyed watching. Commented that these numbers could possibly represent Alice's Fluctlight, with the code Alice flashing on screen. Then, we're even shown the older Alice who has been donned the role of Integrity Knight that our friends Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh are trying desperately to achieve. Next, we see all of our great game developers from the good old days and some new faces in a picture showcasing Kayaba Akihiko, the creator of SAO and Nerve Gear, his girlfriend Kojiro Rinko, who is new to the anime but actually shed some light on Kayaba's backstory, which we really needed. Also, Higa Takero in the bottom right hand side with his signature Beats by Dre. On the top left, we also have Sogo Nobaki, who was the man who held 300 people in Nerve Gear right after the SAO incident. And finally, the main man, who is an anime original but hopefully will play a big role in this arc, here's hoping, Tashiro Shigemura, who has had plenty of experience with artificial intelligence. The other two younger men are unnamed right now, so that's really as much as I can say. After this scene, we are then brought to an SAO server cluster that was introduced to us in ordinal scale that Shigemura was using to bring back his daughter Yuna. Then we see Rinko and Kayaba together, already confirming that these two have a strong connection with each other. Next, we see the schematics of an old Aincrad, which was the setting of the game SAO, then cutting to a baby which Wrath uses, not just this baby, to create their own artificial Fluctlights from birth. Higa sleeping on his desk for some reason, Yui doing some ordinal scale breaking code stuff, pretty broken AI if you ask me, probably going through security cameras. Light novel readers, you know what's up. We're given 2 more images of Kayaba and Shigemura symbolizing all of their past work building up to this, the Soul Translator. We then see Yuna coming on screen, possibly foreshadowing some kind of return or recreation coming in this arc. With all that tech at Wrath, I'm sure her father might try something. And then boom, Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh got their one-handed swords while using Kirito's signature Aincrad style that Kirito taught Yu-Gi-Oh, and at this point, both of them have high knowledge in the Aincrad sword skills. It's then shown that Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh appear to be attacking some Integrity Knight and completely sweeping the floor with him. I cannot wait to see that battle. Then we transition into all new characters that are going to appear in this Alicization arc, such as Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh's trainee pages Roni and Thais, who learn directly from their teachers. Also, in the same scene, we see Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh's own teachers, Golgarasso and Sortolina Surlet. It would be really cool to see Sortolina with her signature Light Whip. Moving on, we can now see what appears to be a giant library with one scholarly-looking young girl, who goes by the name of Cardinal, which is the name that was given to the system in SAO to see the player's emotional levels. And one of my favorite parts of this opening, we see Kirito surrounded by blue Sephilia flowers that are blooming right in front of him. This scene has a lot of emotional weight to it, and I won't say much about it, other than the fact that it's probably one of my favorite parts in the story so far. Keep that in mind. I'm about to start Volume 12. Then we see another awesome scene with Kirito and Yuichiro carrying their swords while doing an anime original handshake, signifying their bond of friendship with one another, even though Yuichiro is an artificial Fluctlight. This also means that Kirito finds artificial Fluctlights just as important and meaningful as real humans. We then see what seems to be like paintings on a wall from an important location. Finally, we see the duo parting ways, but putting their swords away and moving on to their journey of finding Alice in the Underworld's main city. So that's just about it for breaking down SAO Season 3 opening. I thought this OP was really awesome to say the least. The music and visuals are a huge step in the right direction for SAO. When I watched it for the first time, I was honestly full of excitement and awe. Also, I really wanted to mention again that another YouTuber named GamerTurk made a great breakdown of the OP a few weeks ago, and I wanted to give him credit, and I'll leave his video in the description below. I also wanted to mention that I wanted to wait until the second episode came out so the credits weren't on screen so you guys get a better picture. Anyway, if you liked my video, please be sure to stick around. I really enjoyed making this video due to the fact that, first of all, this OP is amazing and I really wanted to spend more time talking about it. So anyway, hope you liked it. I'll be making more SAO and anime videos like this one in the near future, and I really want to cover something with a friend of mine. So anyway, until then, peace.